Hello?
Welcome to Cry School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
Hi, my name is Brooke DePelto, and I'm the Dean of Academics and Curriculum at Cry School. Cry School is a small school. We only have 290 students, and that's great because when a school is small, when you have a school of our size, you're gonna sit in the front of the classroom because there really is no back of the classroom. We see our students as individuals. We don't see them as a collective group. They're not a mass, they are people. They're individuals with hopes and dreams and goals, and our faculty see them for who they are, and they work with them to move them forward. We really believe in customizing a student's schedule to meet his needs. So if you're passionate about science, we have all the science classes you could dream of taking. If your strength is math, we offer 4 years of college math at the high school level. If you're passionate about language, you can double up in language. You can study Spanish and Arabic. You can study Arabic and Mandarin. You don't get to be a number, you get to be you. And as you get to choose the classes that best meet your ability and your needs and your desires. Research tells us that boys learn differently, and it's true. Boys are more active learners. In our Learning Resources program here at Cry School, we have different avenues to help our students. We have teachers who work with them to teach compensatory strategies. That program is really individualized, but it's within a class. We also have a writing center where students can receive one-on-one support with their written work. So we're working to augment our students' skills so that they can be the best students they can be here at Cry School. We try to use a variety of testing mechanisms. So students will take standardized tests, they'll take classroom exams, classroom assessments, but they'll also do project-based learning where they have to work in groups, where they have to be thoughtful and deliberate in creating and designing a project. We're really immersed in our community and we're immersed in our surroundings. Education doesn't just happen inside the walls of a classroom. There are opportunities everywhere, every day to learn and to grow. One of the really great things about an independent school is that you get to see your teachers in different lights. You see them as your teacher, you see them as your coach, you see them as your dorm parent, and so you build these multi-dimensional relationships in which you actually get to see your teachers as real people. Our teachers care about our boys, they care about them, and I'm going to come back to this again and again, because at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal, and that goal is to educate and prepare our boys for college.
So hi, my name is Ron Ramsey. This is my 5th year at Cry School, and I am the director of the outdoor program. The outdoor program here at Cry School includes lots of activities: cross-country mountain biking, rock climbing, bouldering, whitewater kayaking, backpacking, hiking, adventure racing. We take advantage of our mountains, and we take advantage of the interests of the students and the faculty that are involved. Cry School sits on 500 acres of mixed hardwood and pine and 7 miles of trail and a lake that allows our students to on campus get out and recreate on a regular basis, and is the foundational instructional area for our outdoor program. We live in an amazing place that allows our students the opportunity to get off campus and to get away. Within 30 minutes we're catching fish, or we're taking our bikes off a trailer and in some of the best mountain biking terrain in the Southeast. I think something our students benefit from here at Christ School and beyond is an authentic opportunity to experience something with other people, find a passion that stays with them for the rest of their life. We're real thoughtful and intentional about creating those opportunities and empowering our students to lead. I think the essence of our outdoor program is a quotation from William Blake, where it says that great things are done when men and mountains meet. And I think that sums up our school and our outdoor program at the same time.
Hi, I'm James Euler. I teach history and I'm in charge of the 8th grade program at Christ School. This is my 16th year here. One of the best things about the 8th grade program at Christ School is that they're in a small group, and they kind of become the bedrock of that class and what that class is going to mean to the institution. We try to build a community using some of the seniors that are going to embrace them as big brothers. And it gives them a benefit of learning and growing together. Boys are almost inherently competitive, and we have to kind of teach them how to be collaborative. What they get to do by being here in 8th grade is they're kind of getting, it's a springboard into high school. They're getting guidance from some of the most seasoned professionals that we have here at Christ School. They get to know each other really well. We try to do things not just inside the classroom, but we like to get them oriented into this community and this city. By the time they start 9th grade, when it really matters, they know the system, they know what's expected. And I think that gives them a big advantage compared to someone coming in at 9th grade. It becomes a great setting for all boys to thrive. Because in the end, these guys learn about love and citizenship and faith and believing in themselves and believing that they can become something greater than what they already are.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to this Christ School Broadcast Network production of Greenies Lacrosse. I'm Bobby Long alongside Nathaniel Carson, bringing you this matchup between the Greenies, who come in the game at 12-1, and Asheville School, who's 3-1. Last week we saw our last broadcast was against Decatur. Nathaniel, tell us a little bit about that game and what you saw from both sides.
Well, Christ School was able to move the ball really well, which helped them to be able to put a lot of the points on the board. And Decatur struggled a little bit with Christ School's stifling defense, led by key players such as Will McNichols, because they communicated really well.
Yeah, and in that game, like we said, Christ School scored 17 goals. We saw goals from Keith Zugelhor, scored 4 goals on his own. Davis Lindsay had about 6 points on the game. What did you see offensively from Christ School that led them to 17 goals?
I mean, they were always looking for the open man, which really helped. And so they were able to read the slide ahead of time, anticipate it, which allowed them to pass the ball to an open guy who could score. Yeah, absolutely. And importantly, Asheville School, great tune-up here. Christ School fell in for the first time all season, actually for the first time dating back to April 19th of last year, this weekend against a very tough Lake Norman squad. But today, Asheville School 3-1, and then this weekend, a huge weekend for Christ School, as they will face both Providence Day on Friday,
who they faced in the state championship game last year, as well as Cannon School, who has always been a great school, a great program in the NCISAA. So big weekend for Christ School, and it all gets started here today against Asheville School. Nathaniel, I'm excited. What about you?
I'm really excited. It's going to be a great game to watch.
Absolutely. So we'll be back shortly. We have the national anthem, and we'll be back to bring you the opening face-off. All right, we are almost underway here at Christ School. Christ School will be in the white jerseys with gray helmets. Asheville School, blue jerseys with the white helmets. In goal for Christ School today, we do have a change. This will be Sam Bree, a sophomore from Canada. So the Greenies will start off on your computer screens going left to right. In goal for Asheville School is number 23. That's Matthew Heddleman, a junior. Taking the face-off for Christ School is Sean Dow, and he'll be facing number 24, Jake Drum, who is a senior for Asheville School. So Nathaniel, one of the things that we've talked about throughout the week specifically is the fact that, you know, face-off X is probably one of the most important positions there is. I believe that's what you played for the JV program last year.
Yes, sir, I did. One of the things that Sean does really well with face-offs is that he has really fast hands and can not anticipate the whistle, but he's always right there without jumping, which is one of the key things. Yeah,
that's a great point. You know, he faced Drew Elder this weekend for Lake Norman. He was a guy who's headed to Ohio State, and, you know, actually Drew Elder kind of a couple times this weekend, you know, went early. And so I think he realized that Sean does a great job of anticipating the clamp, anticipating the whistle, and kind of forced him into some mistakes. But here we go. Offensively, that's Jack Fitch on the far side of the field. One name you won't see this game is Davis Lindsay, who will be, I believe, resting this game. But we have Jack Fitch, Marcus Berger, as well as Coles Manning, Sam Bassett, Jack Harrison, and Parker Bird. Good dodge there by Parker Bird. Draws the defense. Jack Harrison, he'll take a rip, but that shot will go wide, and Greenies will retain possession. So we did have rain quite a bit today, so you might see some loose footing as a shot from Parker Bird is scored. And just like that, Greenies lead 1-0 off a pass from Jack Harrison shot by Parker Bird. So Greenies lead 1-0, and Sean Dow will head back to the face-off X. Nathaniel, what did we see there from Christ School to get that early shot opportunity?
Well, it looked like the defense was ball watching a little bit, and Jack Harrison was able to take advantage of that by finding the open man for the goal.
Parker Bird, just a sophomore from Cary, as another face-off win from Sean Dow. This one he's moving, finds Parker again, but he'll slow things up. So good job by Sean Dow so far, 2 of 2 on the game from the face-off X. Imagine we'll see a little bit of Colin Schott, a freshman for Christ School, get some opportunity in the face-off circle as well. So defensively on the ball right now, that's number 24. That's Jake Drum. And that shot's going to get scored by Coles Manning. Went top shelf, scored over Heddleman there. And that was a tough one. You know, had a good dodge there. Kind of had an open goal, his opportunity to choose where he wanted to put it. So Greenies lead 2-0. That shot was unassisted, but a great goal there by Coles Manning. Defensively from the Blues, we see number 5, that's Kun Hu Yoon, as well as number 24, Jake Drum, number 15, Alex Wu. And some of the numbers, unfortunately, aren't facing me right now, but I will get those to you as soon as we can. And if you see players slipping today, we had a little bit of rain earlier this morning, a little bit of rain in the afternoon, so footing might be a bit unsure as we see Sam Bassett with the ball, joined by Jack Harrison. Coles Manning, who just scored, running on the field right now. Jack Fitch with a good spin, but a good save by Heddleman. So a good shot by Jack Fitch, but even better save from Matthew Heddleman, the junior. And good defense here, Kun Yu Yoon. But he gives it up. Sean Dow finds Jack Harrison. So that's Charlie Bednar, has it knocked away. Jack Harrison stays in bounds somehow, and that will go out of bounds. I believe Asheville School will keep possession as a good defensive play there by Charlie Bednar. So restarting possession is Titus Morrison, all-around athlete for Asheville School. I believe he played not only basketball, but he played football as well. But he steps out of bounds. Shot goes wide from Jack Fitch. So what are some things, you know, as both a fan of the game as well as someone who's played, what are some things that you look from the offense in situations like this where you know, some guys who are getting a little bit more time than they normally would? What sort of things as Jack Harrison scores on a pass from Marcus Berger? Greenies lead 3-0, 3 minutes into the game. Good pitch and catch, but you know, what are some things that you want to see from these guys offensively today?
Well, from the guys who haven't been getting in as much this season, I just want to see hustling no matter what, going to get the ground balls, chasing your shots if you miss, so that way your team can retain possession. Yeah,
so far Christ School has been on offense. I don't believe the ball's been on the defensive side of the field, but if it does, waiting for them are Will McNichols, Kevin Masson, normally Hagan Brooks as well. Spencer Dyer will get the day off. He's nursing some injuries, so a good opportunity for him to rest as Sean Dow will take this one. Nobody picks him up. He'll shoot, score! Sean Dow wins the faceoff, does it himself, scores. Greenies lead 4-0. Nice job there by Sean Dow. And if you've watched any of our games, and I'm sure you've seen this from the sideline, is that you know, actually, you know, tell me a little bit about what it's like for a program to have a guy on the faceoff circle that can not just win the faceoff and give it up, but also be able to take it himself like that.
Oh, that's huge, because when you have an all-around player like Sean at the faceoff X, it allows you to save time in substitutions because you know that he can carry out the offense, but also play defense as well as dominating at the faceoff X.
Yeah, he's had a great year thus far. Coach Miles mentioned going into last week, definitely one of the, you know, kind of MVPs of the team so far this season. And, you know, just a sophomore for Christ School. Coach Miles already says one of the best players in the state. I know he went to the Faceoff Academy over the summer. So, you know, having a guy like that in the Faceoff X for the next 3 years will be big for Christ School, certainly. So that's Jack Harrison behind the goal with the ball. Joining him, Parker Bird, Bassett, Manning, Keese, Kugelhor, and Sean Dow will remain on offense as well. Defensively, we see number 14, Jack Campbell, number 22, Titus Morrison, and a good job by Heddleman to knock that one away. 2 saves on the game thus far. Restarting possession, Parker Bird. Nice job there. Definitely difficult for the goalie to see him there as he came around. Good pick and a good goal by Parker Bird, his second of the game, second assist for Jack Harrison. 5-0, 7:51 remaining. So Sean Dow will remain in 5 for 5. We have number 20, that's William Dodenhoff out of New Orleans, getting his first run today. Matched up against number 13, Michael Roberts. Another face-off win for Sean Dow. Sean Dow to Marcus Berger. He'll have a go. Top cheese for Marcus Berger. Assist to Sean Dow. So in for the first time so far, actually somebody I enjoy teaching in the classroom is Colin Schott, just a freshman. Colin Schott, number 33, is joining us from Greensboro, North Carolina. And, you know, one of the things that I asked him about is, obviously Sean Dow, a sophomore. What is it like to match up against a guy like Sean in practice? And he said that, a lot of times you worry when a guy is as talented as he is that he will be nervous about any potential competition, but that Sean throughout this year, since Colin has got here, has been a teacher, which is really cool to see. So Colin shot 1 for 1 from the Faceoff X. That's Dodenhoff, Zugelhor. Drew the double. Good fake there from Keese. I think that shot got kind of stuck in the ground there. Defensively, we see Bednar, Yoon, number 24, Jake Drum, Morrison, as well as Harrison B. So that's William Dodenhoff with the ball over to Parker Bird. He'll have a pick set for him there by Jack Harrison. Might be a penalty there, not sure. It looked like he got hit in the head, and they will, in fact, call a penalty here. So this will be the first man-up opportunity. And actually checking into the game for man-up is number 22, Davis Lindsay, and Jack Fitch. Coming off will be Berger and Dodenhoff. So man-down defense for Asheville School. We have Wu, Yoon, Morrison, obviously Hedelman, Jake Drum, and Bednar, as well as Richard Viso, who's a junior for Asheville School. So in man up, Nathaniel, what are some things that any team, especially Christ School, needs to work on specifically, whether that be moving the ball, finding the open man? What are some things you look for from a man up in a man up position?
Well, when you're man up, you need to be patient is one of the key things that Christ School does well. They aren't rushing their shots. They aren't trying to rush anything. This penalty was short, I believe it was a 30-second one. But Christ School wasn't trying to lose possession by taking a bad shot, which could have given Asheville School a chance.
That's a good point. Greenie's doing a good job moving the ball. Don't want to turn it over. Fitch to Harrison, over to Lindsay. So let's see what play they draw up here. Sean Dow will take a rip. So good hustle there for number 22, Titus Morrison, to get possession back for Asheville School of 20 seconds here. 10 or 20 seconds to get the clear?
You have 10 seconds to get – no, you have 20 seconds to get across midfield.
Okay. And another 10 seconds to get the touch. My fault there. Unfortunate turnover there. Christ will get possession. Hagen Brooks coming off the field. Marcus Berger on the field. So this weekend we mentioned we'll see Christ School facing Providence Day. Last year, I believe the state championship score, Christ School was able to come out with a victory there. It was 18-9. They were at one point up 9-1, and Providence Day made some things interesting. But also at 4:30 on Friday, we will have. Nice job there by Oliver Fehrenbach. And it looks like it might stay in bounds. If it does, that's number 20, Osman Diallo, basketball player as well for Asheville School. So first possession here for Asheville School on this side of the field. Good move there. That's Kevin Masson with the good defense. Oh, and they got a shot. Score, Asheville School. Kizik Wachacha with the goal scored there. Great job. Good pass from number 3. I believe that was Oliver Fehrenbach, able to find him. And Kizik took some took some contact, able to make a nice spin and score there. So they will get on the board 6-1. Christ School leads with just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. But, first opportunity there for Asheville School, able to score a goal. What did you see there, Nathaniel?
Well, when Wachacha took the contact, he was able to get a screen from the defender to prevent the goalie from being able to see it. So when he was able to come around, he was able to have a much clearer look at the goal, as opposed to what the goalie was able to see of him. Ooh.
So we're going to call loose ball push on Colin's shot. So I believe that gives him the face-off win. He's 2 for 2. Christ School 7 of 7 on the game. But 6-1 Greenies lead. And I just have to say I was very impressed by that goal from Wachacha. Kind of looked like he may have gotten cross-checked for a second in the back, but he was able to take that contact, make a nice spin move, and score. And speaking of scoring, that's going to be Sam Bassett, just a freshman for Christ School. His first goal, scored the first goal of the game against Lake Norman. And that assist goes to senior from Fort Worth, Texas, Coles Manning. So Greenies lead 7-1 over Asheville School, just under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. So Greenies perfect from the face-off X, which is why we've seen them spending so much time on the offensive side of the field. And they're going to call a penalty, believe it or not, on Ross Oakley. I feel like there's a chance that I have said that more than 3 times this year. He came in, committed the penalty. And that will be a man-up situation for Christ School, man down for Christ School. So let's see how long this penalty is. Yikes, so that's going to be a 2-minute penalty for Christ School. That's a non-releasable penalty, I believe. Yeah. Cross-check, looks like he may have hit him in the head. Always a dangerous play. Certainly don't condone that. And because of that, it looks like Asheville School will have a chance to be man up for 2 minutes.
So the thing about being non-releasable also is that they can, even if they score right here, they still will have to win a man-up face-off, but they're still man-up.
Yeah, that's a tough situation. Good defense there by James Lilly from Houston, Texas. He'll get it to Will McNichols. McNichols over to Marcus Berger, working to corral it, but good help there from Hudson Ford. Hudson Ford from Charleston, South Carolina, scored his first goal of the season against Decatur last week on Friday. So Greenies will look to kill this penalty as they're working a double team. Good double team from Asheville School. But Jack Fitch, good defense there, able to get it back. And they're going to keep working to double this to see if Christwell can give the ball up. So it looks like number 24 for Asheville School, Jake Drum, was working to get the double team there to try and give Christwell to give it up. That's Marcus Berger, draws the slide. Hudson Ford, he'll give it up to Sam Bassett. A little bit of a scrum here for the ball. Let's see who comes up with it. A lot of Blues in on the action. Good defense there. That's Jack Campbell. And there's going to be another penalty on Christ School once they get the ball back. That's number 17. That's Matthew Sweetenberg. And unfortunately, Osman Diallo will jump into the crease. But it looks like momentarily Christ School may be 2 men down as Ross Oakley still remains unreleased. Still waiting the official call. Yeah, so 1 minute penalty from Marcus Berger on the slash. So Greenies 2 men down. Defensively, not a situation you want to be in, but we have James Lilly, Kevin Masson, Will McNichols, and Hagan Brooks. So definitely a good squad out there looking to kill this penalty. But first, they're going to call a timeout. And we will be back with the Greenies leading 7-1 with 1:40 left in the first quarter. So Nathaniel, Christ School finds themselves 2 men down, at least for the foreseeable future here. Asheville School calls the timeout. What do you think they drew up there?
Well, they're going to try to spread their entire offense out, force Christ School to have to slide and move around a lot, giving them opportunities to cut to the crease, as you can see number 20 is currently.
Yeah, Osman Diallo in the crease right now. They're going to take a quick shot. There, it looks like I can't tell if he tried to make a push pass there, but it nearly worked. And so one of the things, dangerous situation, and one of the things certainly I've talked about with Visconti and Thomas McIntosh throughout this season is the one thing you don't want to do, especially in a 2-man-up situation, as Ross Oakley has been released, is you want to pass the ball and make the guys move. You can't take it one-on-one. As Kevin Masson gives up to Jack Harrison. Harrison to Bird. Bird with the dodge. Spicy shot there by Parker Bird. Great job. And we've seen that connection 3 times already as Jack Harrison has found Parker Bird for his 3rd goal of the game. So career high in goals for Parker Bird just in the first quarter. And it is 8-1. Christ School leads with about 58 seconds remaining.
One of the great connections that have been made this season is being able to have guys who can finish with their left hand, especially Parker Bird, as you've seen multiple times coming from Jack Harrison, because it gives him a chance to come from behind the goalie's vision to get the finish in front of the crease.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, we lost Hodges last year, who was the lefty for Christ School. Great that Parker Bird was able to come in and fill in those shoes, and we've seen a great game from him so far as Kevin Masson will look to give it up. Greenies have numbers here. That's Jack Fitch. Unfortunately, will turn it over, so he saw some pressure coming, threw it over the head of Parker Bird. Good opportunity there. Will not result in a goal. But with 38 seconds left, up 8-1, both teams will look to keep the other off the board. Well, that pass is going to be nearly intercepted by Jack Harrison, working hard to get possession back. And they're going to call a flag.
Tripping.
Yeah, tripping penalty there on number 21. That is Harrison B.A.
It will be really interesting to see what Christ School chooses to do here. They might either try to push it with 23 seconds left, or they might just try to hold for possession in the second quarter.
Yeah, I would guess, you know, Coach Miles would probably say, unless we get an absolutely fantastic shot opportunity, you do not want to take a shot here. But with Davis Lindsay checking in for just the second time this game, look for him to potentially, you know, create some offense for Christ School. Right now it looks like Christ School content to move the ball around. Asheville School kind of packing the paint here. That's Sean Dow. Good catch by Jack Harrison. He won't take a shot. Parker Bird will, but Greenies will, I believe, keep possession.
No.
Oh, they won't.
The ref just announced that the ball is loose. That shot was a error on Parker Bird's part, probably in that situation with time running low.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is 8-1 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back to bring you the second here just momentarily. Second quarter starting here. Greenies leading 8-1 over Asheville School. Sean Dow back in the face-off circle. 5 of 5 so far in the game, facing Titus Morrison, who will take his first attempt from the X this game.
So because this is a man-up face, this will allow Christ School to be able to move the ball quickly, and they have Titus Morrison in for Asheville School, so that way they can get back on defense.
Yeah, so face-off win, the 6th of the game for Sean, remains perfect. Davis Lindsay to Jack Harrison, Harrison to Bird. Number 14 waiting to come in for for Asheville School. About 10 seconds left on the penalty. Sean Dow, Sam Bassett scores. That one goes 5-hole. Good job there. Sean Dow with the assist. Sam Bassett with the goal. Greenies lead 3-0. 9-1. I don't know why I said that.
So Sam was able to really use that coming off that screen well to be able to get it low, because he's practiced this so much during practice, because every coach has about at least 10 minutes every practice to work on extra man. And so they were able to capitalize on this attempt.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you know, one of the things that Coach Miles talked about throughout the year specifically is that what he really likes about these guys is how hard they practice. You know, he's had teams, and certainly not to call it any teams, but he's had teams that haven't worked as hard as this one. Is they're going to call that?
Kicking the cross.
So white ball, third face-off win for Colin Schott. Greenies 9-0 from the face-off X, but he really loves how hard this team practices, as Will Dodenhoff will do it himself, and he'll give Christ School their 10th goal of the game. Great job there by the midfielder Dodenhoff. But back to the practicing thing. You know, one of the things that Coach Miles says is like, yeah, you know, the games are fun. They've always been fun. They continue to be fun. But he really loves the teaching and the scheming, trying to determine how they're going to beat another team. And that really translates to the games, how well prepared this team is. And games are kind of just the product of that focus. So, you know, especially with 14 seniors this year, that kind of senior leadership, guys who have been here for a while, who've been part of these last two state championship teams, all of these guys are really trying to push to make sure that this last year is just as special as the two from the year before.
So because of this mud, you might see a lot of shots like Dodenhoff's from the previous possession that would make it really difficult for the goalies to track, because it can take a lot of funny bounces.
Yeah, good face-off win there for number 24, Jake Drum, as they've that first face-off win. So let's see what they're able to do here in this offensive possession, as we see Colin Schott remaining on defense with Marcus Berger, Hagen Brooks, Kevin Masson, James Lilly, and Will McNichols. So that's Marcus Berger, good defense, forcing Drum to give it up. Good move there, good defense, though, by Kevin Masson. And good hustle there from Sam Bree. And the Greenies are going to be off and running. Far side of the field, that's James Lilly, headed to Southwestern in Texas to play lacrosse next year. Sam Bassett, Harrison, Berger, Bird, and Keese, along with Coles Manning, who now has the ball. He's going to shoot left-handed, but a good save there by Heddleman. His third save of the game, and he's got, just a couple seconds to get the ball out of the crease. Greenies are going to see how comfortable he is bringing the ball up. Parker Bird able to jump in there, try and get the ball. Jack Harrison here draws the double momentarily. That's going to be Coles Manning, who's going to shoot. Another save by Heddleman, excuse me.
The Greenies are doing a great job of backing up the goal so they can retain possession.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've seen so far this year that they have been very good at. These guys know each other pretty well. What a pickup off the ground from Sam Bassett. Another assist from Jack Harrison. And, really impressed by Sam Bassett's goal there. his third of the game. Kind of able to pick that one off the ground and quickly make a score. Greenies' lead is now 11-1 with 9:13 left in the second quarter. So in on the far side of the field with the ball right now, that's Mikey Peralta from New York City, joining Harrison, Fitch, Dow, Bassett, and Bird. Nice job there by Morrison to make Peralta give it up. Fitch open. Thought about it for a second. Good defense there. He's going to take a shot from long range, but Harrison there able to restart possession. But good defense there from, from Kunhu Yoon on Fitch to force a difficult shot. That's Sean Dow, and he'll go low. Great assist from Parker Bird. So Sean Dow, perfect from the faceoff X, 6 for 6. He's got 2 assists, and now a goal. So great game there from Sean Dow. 2 goals, actually, excuse me.
One of the most impressive things about Sean being able to score as a faceoff midi is that when you do a lot of faceoffs, your stick continues to warp. And so you never really know how it might be on a certain day. And so the way that he's able to adapt to this so well is really impressive.
Yeah, that's a great point, something I hadn't thought about before. You know, specifically when you see him come out after a faceoff win, you can see how warped that the head of the stick is. So interesting to think that you know, even for somebody who's played lacrosse as much as he has, you might not know exactly how the ball is going to come out of the stick. Good hustle here by Jack Fitch, able to come away with it. Good face-off win for Colin Schott. Open shot opportunity from Marcus Berger. He was able to score it. Another assist to Jack Harrison.
Solid finish with his left hand. So that's something that Christ School does really well. They work on their offhand, which gives them an advantage because they can be multidimensional.
So Marcus Berger with his second goal of the game, fifth assist already for Jack Harrison. So great game for him. Hasn't scored yet, but 5 assists, unselfish play. Colin Schott, another face-off win. He's now 5 of 6, 83.3%. Repeating for you math nerds out there. William Dodenhoff, that shot will be saved. Great save there by Hedelman. His, 5th or 6th save of the game.
A nice outlet pass too, but that number 13 was not able to corral it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he would have had to go on the opposite way with the stick, kind of, falling out of bounds. So Will Dodenhoff restarting possession. Unfortunately, a turnover there. Christ School will give it up. Asheville School will take over possession. So let's see what Christ School does. It looks like they're trying to lock off each man. About 14 more seconds to get the ball over midfield. Let's see if they're able to do it. But Parker Bird able to get a steal, looking for an open offensive player. He finds one. Hudson Ford tries to make a pass to Jack Fitch, but with a, would have been a turnover probably on any other day, but with a wet field, that ball there stuck in the grass. Parker Bird able to keep it. Nobody guarding Hudson Ford. He'll score. And we got a flag here. So let's see if that goal. Yeah. All right, so blue is offsides. So that goal will count. Parker Bird with an assist, 3 goals, 2 assists on the game. And Hudson Ford with a goal of his own, second on the season. So Greenies find themselves up 14-1 with 6:58 left in the second quarter. Colin shot will go from the face-off X once again.
Checking in for the Greenies is Jack DeBose from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, he had a good game against Decatur last week. Good to see him out here again. So offensive possession here for Asheville School. Good dodge, but good double team from Lilly. But they're going to call a penalty. Not sure who this penalty is on here. Looks like it's going to be on on Christ School. So we'll find out who this penalty on. Based on body language, it looks like it might be on
number 17.
Yeah, James Lilly with a cross-check, 1 minute penalty. So Greenies find themselves man down again. Running into the game right now, that's Coker Ford, 10th grader from Charleston, South Carolina. Still in goal, Sam Bree, joining Berger, Masson, McNichols, and Ford. Osman Diallo able to run it down. Oh, man, nice play there by Asheville School. Matthew Sweetenberg, unfortunately, unable to put it home, but did a great job coming around the goal. It went right off the post, so near goal scored there. Number 3 there, we have number 24, Drum, Diallo with the ball. That's Sweetenberg for Asheville School. Jack Campbell, defense played by Will McNichols, headed to University of Utah. Good move there. That pass tipped away by McNichols, gathered by Hagan Brooks. Greenies off and running. That's Andrew King. Hudson Ford coming on the far side of the field. No one sees him. He's open. Good job by King. But a great defensive play there running in from number 11, Charlie Bednar. But Christ School will keep possession. They did a good job there of hitting Hudson's pull right at the last second.
Yeah, so every year Christ School sets their goals for what they're going to do during the season. And I know one of the Attack's goals this season was to have a really high ride percentage. And they've done that definitely in this game. So every time they turn the ball over, they're able to get it back, and they work hard to get it back.
That's awesome. That's not something that I knew heading into this game, so appreciate you sharing that information as we see Hudson Ford try to make a pass into Jack DeBose. Kind of a mad scrum for the ball. Berger with it momentarily. The ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. Good job defensively there by William Dodenhoff. So that have been a ride that you're talking about right there?
Yes.
Giving the ball up, getting it back. So that's Keith Sugelhor. Jack DeBose. He'll shoot it, but a good save by Hedelman, his 8th save of the game for Asheville School. Good outlet here. Asheville School off and running. That's Jack Campbell.
Kevin Masson able to slide over and stop the break, allow the defense to set back up.
You know, the Asheville School coaches yelling for their players to move the ball, especially on offense. One of the tough things to do against Christ School is to, you know, just beat them off the move, off the dodge. So you can hear them telling them to move the ball, trying to make life a bit more uncomfortable as Keys comes away with it. You got two guys closing in. He'll give it up. Parker Bird back in for Christ School. Jack Fitch running on. Got an open Dodenhoff. Saw him for a second, thought about it. Good move from Parker Bird. He's going to find Jack Fitch. Jack Fitch thought about it. He'll take a shot from long range, but Dodenhoff will restart possession. Christ School leading 14-1, under 3 minutes left in the first half. Lone goal for Asheville School scored by Kizik Wachacha with a beautiful goal in the first quarter. Hudson Ford finds Jack DeBose, but good double team by the Blues. Dodenhoff over to Keese. It's a lot of space. Dodenhoff shoots from long range there, but a good save by Hedelman, his 9th of the game.
Jack Fitch coming off the field during the clear so that way Higginbrooks could get back on.
Yeah, smart play by the coaching staff to call for him to come in. Ousmane Diallo, one of the quickest players we've seen on an opposing team so far this season. Will McNichols sticking with him step for step. Good play by the midi, short stick midi there. Keith Sugelhor. All right, so Kevin Masson, I believe somebody yelled for a flag to go down. Don't see it on the field. We got a 4-on-4 situation. Nobody's going to pick him up, and he's going to take that shot.
It appeared like it was a play on, so it was probably on Asheville School in that situation.
Okay.
Ross Oakley coming off the field, though, after a good defensive stint.
So good pass there by Parker Bird. Hudson Ford unable to score, but excuse me, that was a pass by Sean. Can't quite tell, sorry, who that was. But Greenies will be looking to move the ball here. Keese thought about it. Nice dodge. Shot scored. Keese Zugelhor with a great goal there. His first of the game. Greenies 15th. And they lead 15-1 with 44 seconds remaining in the half.
A really nice hitch to get the defender to bite before pulling the trigger on the shot.
Yeah, one of the things I've been impressed by Keese throughout this season is just his stick work. Obviously, has great shot. We saw it there, and he's a young player for Christ School, just a 10th grader. So he's got a lot of time in a Christ School jersey. So I'm excited to see his growth over his time here as Christ School will send Colin Schott back to the Faceoff X. But a good Faceoff win there from Jake Drum. So his second Faceoff win of the game. Good defense from James Lilly. 30 seconds remain. They're going to call a push there, but good job from James Lilly to get in there. A couple Greenies came over to try and help him out. Coles Manning, James Sing-Q, and Kevin Masson. So Titus Morrison, good dodge. He's going to take a shot. Thought about it.
Loose ball push.
Yeah, another loose ball push. Good sportsmanship from Titus and Manning there. .2 seconds remaining. Greenies don't want to give up a shot opportunity, so they put Will McNichols on Ousmane Diallo, who's going to give it up. And Kevin Masson will probably just try and throw it away. So at the half, Christ School lead 15-1 over the Blues of Asheville School. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so to bring you the second half between these two teams. Coming into the game, as we mentioned, Christ School 12-1, Asheville School 3-1. So we'll be back shortly with the second half.
Hello?
Welcome to Cry School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
My name's Kirk Blackard. I'm Director of College Guidance. I've been here for 14 years. In the College Guidance Office, we survey the parents and the students early on with college preferences to see what they want. We work really hard to get to know the kids, and we can do that here because we see them in all kinds of activities in the classroom, on stage, in athletics. And so we have a real good sense as to their personality, their preferences. And then in their junior year, we're beginning to really look at their interests and their talents, their academic profile. And with that, we divide schools into different categories. Good bet, middle of the road, and reach. It's a system that's really worked well for us and prepared the students and the families for what lies ahead next.
Coming into this process as a junior, as a sophomore, even earlier, it's very overwhelming. There's a large number of colleges to choose from and be interested in and learn about. And the College Guidance Office, they're there for us at every level. Even when you're being introduced to test taking, they're there to support you and say, these are the areas you need to work on. They're even there to tell you what the tests are like if you've never taken them before. They're there to help you explore wider college options before you narrow it down in your late junior year.
One of the unique parts of our office is the Writing Center, and we are so fortunate to have our English department work in conjunction with us to develop their college essays. They learn how to write essays in the spring of their junior year. And by the time they come back in August for their senior year, they have an essay in their back pocket and they're ready to go with the essays that all the colleges have.
You would think that your child's the only one they're helping with how meticulous they are and how helpful they are. So as a parent, that was big, huge, because guidance department just wraps their arms around every aspect and takes care of it. So we feel confident in it and our children have felt confident in it. And then when that first letter comes in that you got accepted somewhere, they rejoice with you, they're excited with you, and then they move on to the next one. They are smart and have researched it and are really providing a service that is second to none.
We make every opportunity to be with the parents and the students because we're on the same team. We're very proactive when it comes time to communicating with parents, whether it's by email or by phone or even text these days. And our effort together has resulted in some great final decisions. It is such a privilege and an honor to work with these kids who come to us, come to Christ School with these qualities, and we just need to bring them out in a college application, and that's what we do.
My name is Marcel Duhame. I am the head of house at Harris House, and I teach engineering and computer science. I think one of the beautiful things about being at a boarding school are the relationships you get to create with students. So as a dorm parent, you're kind of like their parents away from home, but you also connect with them at sports and in the classroom, and you get to know so much more about them because you're involved in so many different parts of their lives.
I've developed really good relationships with my dorm parents. I can really come to them with any question I might have or concern, and they're always there ready to help me with whatever I might need.
We do a lot of movie marathons on weekends. We do a lot of sports. We got a very athletic group of kids, and then of course we do just your routine barbecues and cookouts and hangouts and stuff like that.
There's pretty much always something going on in the basketball gym, like always a pickup game. There's always stuff going on in the student center, ping pong tournaments. I know I like to beat up on Mr. Rankin in ping pong tournaments every once in a while.
And it's been awesome watching them grow from kids that couldn't even get out of bed or clean up their room to being mature, responsible young men.
For me, I think I'm going to cherish probably all the bonds that I've made with new people this year. And I've also become really self-reliant on myself through this experience.
I've developed a lot of independence since I've come here. I've learned how to do laundry, take care of myself, manage my time, which is something that was really important that I knew I needed to learn.
If you want a chance to have your kid be independent and to take care of themselves and be a contributing member of a community, the residential life gives you a place to do all that. It's a safe place to do that. You can just make mistakes and fall forward and keep growing up.
I'm Mary Dillon. I've been at the school since 2001. Over the years, I've been an ESL teacher, an English teacher, and I've done theater since I first came here as well. In 2001, when I interviewed, I walked into the theater and I was charmed. This is a beautiful space. It's perfect for young performers. We're really lucky to have as many boys interested in theater as we do. We have different styles of theater. You never know what it's going to be, but the guarantee is that you will be in a production that will be well attended, that will be loved and respected. You know, there's nothing like standing in front of an audience. You must be a listener. You can't perform without listening. So much of an actor's job is to react and not just act. Those are sort of old-fashioned skills that theater still teaches that I think are very valuable. Everybody looks forward to the plays. They'll go away and they will have seen somebody in a new way that they may not have expected, and that's success. I think that's probably the greatest joy that I get out of my job. I mean, of course, we laugh like fools. That's great too. But to see them discover themselves, that's what it's all about.
All right, second half here, about to get underway. Christ School finds themselves up 15-1 against Asheville School. Back to the Faceoff X, Sean Dow for Christ School. Near recovery from Jake Drum, but they're going to call. They're actually going to call a penalty. Yeah.
He had possession. Extra man opportunity? No. It looks like they're going to call it loose.
Yeah, look kind of, I guess, a loose ball push. Nope. Okay, yeah, so flag will be waved off. Loose ball push. So they're going to look to double, actually triple team here. Not sure that's the best choice there. Good job by Jack Fitch to think about.
Sam Bree.
No, excuse me, this is Farrell Lale.
This is Farrell Lale coming in for the second half.
So Jack Fitch over to Marcus Berger, excuse me. Jack DeBose to Hudson Ford. Coles Manning, Marcus Berger. Greenie's doing a good job of moving the ball, really spreading the defense out. They're kind of playing off them a little bit. DeBose. So good pick there from Fitch. Marcus Berger's going to be wide open for the shot opportunity, but Hudson Ford will retain possession for Christ School. So looks like it took a weird hop off the ground there. Greenies still lead by 14. And if a goal is scored, it will remain a running clock with the Greenies up 12 in the second half. That's Jack DeBose tried to go behind the back.
I mean, that's one of those places where if you shoot it behind the back, coaches will generally be okay with it because it gives you a better angle. So
yeah, it would have been tough for him to get a normal shot off there. Coles Manning draws the defense. Unfortunately, Parker Bird unable to corral it. But we'll see here if the offense for Christ School able to get a ride here to get the ball back.
Titus Morrison starting off with the ball for the Blues. Ooh, nice dodge.
Yeah, good job here. Somebody's going to have to pick him up. Good job by Hagen Brooks, LSM, to knock it away. And that's Osman Diallo. So a good play there by Titus. Good dodge here. Shot opportunity from close range. Scored. Osman Diallo with the goal. Does it himself. But are they going to call him in the crease? No, they will not. So that goal is scored 15-2. And a great move there by Diallo. All right, so good move there. Obviously, we saw a great clear from Titus Morrison, gave it up, and Osman Diallo did a great job making a dodge there, made two dodges, able to get in close and score. So only about 2 or 3 shot opportunities for Asheville School so far. They've been able to put 2 of them home. So 15-2 with 8:24 left in the third quarter. Sean Dow with the face-off win. Marcus Berger. So Jack DeBose here with the ball up to Marcus Berger. Will Dodenhoff. Coles Manning here, picked up by Titus Morrison. An open Nate Kelly, fortunately able to give it up. Will Dodenhoff with a good save, and they'll look to slow things down again. Good defense from Asheville School, especially number 15, Alex Wu. Jack DeBose with a good dodge, looking to get the shot off lefty. Alex Wu once again with good defense. That's Coles Manning will take a shot from far out. Good save by Heddleman.
Great job tracking it.
Yeah, absolutely. Long shot there.
DeBose with the good ride, gets on the ground.
So right there playing defense, number 35, Nate Kelly, freshman here from Asheville, North Carolina. Nearly went off sides. We're going to get a shot. Good defense, though, by Theo Pearson, able to knock it away at the last second to avoid an open shot opportunity. So offsides is going to be called.
Theo Pearson has played an important role in the team this year by encouraging the players all the time because while he may not get as many minutes as some of the other guys, he's always working hard in practice and giving everybody else a chance to get better. And so to be able to see him make a play right there was really good for the team.
All right, so after all that deliberation, it ended up being an offside penalty on number 35, Nate Kelly. So 30-second man up opportunity for Asheville School. Defensively, we see Brooks, Berger, Pearson, Coker, Ford, and James Lilly. So good opportunity for a bunch of guys here. Actually, it looks like Theo Pearson will come off. Will McNichols will come on. A lot of time has come off the clock here as the refs trying to figure out what's going on. We've got a tennis update. Right now, tennis is playing Spartanburg Day, and after doubles, they lead 2-1 with singles coming up now. So Greenies will need to win 3 singles to come away with a victory. So another penalty will be called. Not sure, again, what's happening, but looks like Asheville School will give it away. So let's see here. All right, McNichols reset possession. Looks like there was some confusion that has now been solved. That's Sean Dow. Nobody's picked him up. All right, so here offensively, Manning, Dow, Kelly, DeBose, Ford, and Berger for Christ School. Good job drawing the slide there. Nearly gave it away with Sean Dow, but he'll get it back. They're not going to guard him all the way out there. Coles Manning, good job there by the goalie Heddleman, his 13th save. He'll throw it way up there, and Theo Pearson will take it away. He'll give it up to Berger, who's got a fast break opportunity. Somebody needs to come slide over. They don't. Marcus Berger will score, and I believe we're going to give Theo Pearson an assist on that one as he led the break there. So great play there by Theo Pearson to steal the outlet pass, get it up to Marcus Berger, who did it himself there. Marcus Berger scored his 3rd goal of the game. Greenies lead 16-2 with 3 minutes and change left on the clock.
So 28. Logan Easler checking into the game.
Yeah, Logan, a senior midfielder from Flat Rock, North Carolina, getting in the game for the Greenies. There's a lot of guys here trying to get after it. Jake Drum comes away with a good face-off win for Jake.
It looks like Jake was able to sweep the ball out from under Colin when Colin tried to pull it to start the break.
Good job there by Farrell Laird. Farrell's going to give it over to Theo Pearson. Going against the speedy Osmain Diallo, who scored the 2nd goal for Asheville School. See what he's able to do with it here. Good hustle by Farrell Laird, though. That was a turnover. They would have gotten the ball anyway. So that's James Lilly up to Dodenhoff. Wachacha in on it. But can't tell if that was a shot or someone saved it and gave it back to Farrell Laird. Nonetheless, Greenies will be looking to bring the ball up the field, about 15 seconds to get it over midfield. Nobody's picked them up yet, but very comfortable play. Unfortunately, Lilly unable to corral it, but great job by Farrell Laird to bring it up the field and make the right play for Christ School.
The ball is over the midfield line, giving the attack another opportunity to ride it, which they do.
This will be Nate Kelly against Alex Wu. See who comes away with it. Keith Zugelhor able to come away with it 5-on-4. They're going to slow things down. Coming in, Mikey Peralta and Will Dodenhoff.
Did they call failure to advance?
Yeah, not entirely sure.
That was questionable. It appears they called failure to advance, even though the Greenies did not have possession for a large part of it following the Asheville Schools.
Okay,
lost the possession.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before, but Greenies still lead by 14.
Yeah. Great defensive play by Hagen Brooks in the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. So Greenies will head into the 4th quarter. 12 minutes will remain on the clock, leading 16-2. We've seen 5 assists and a goal from Jack Harrison. We've seen 3 goals and 2 assists from Parker Bird. Dodenhoff on there. Coles Manning with 1 of each. Hudson Ford. Sam Bassett has 3 of his own. Marcus Berger's got 2 goals and an assist. And Sean Dow continues to be perfect from the face-off X to go along with 2 goals and 2 assists. So, kind of a good first 3 quarters from Christ School. Obviously, injury-free is always important as well. What are some things you want to see from both offensively and defensively here in the remaining 12 minutes from Christ School?
Well, I'd like to be able to see the Greenies be able to get a lot of touches to the guys who haven't been able to as much earlier in this game and in the season, because this is a chance for them to be able to prove themselves and prove that they know how to run the offense and carry it out, and for all of their hard work during practice to come to fruition.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think we continue to talk about how hard this team works throughout this season. And, whether that's the off season or the summer, these guys have put in a lot of time. So it's always nice to reward guys for the effort that they've put in. We're also going to see from Asheville, North Carolina, we have number 5. That's Tyler Haldeman, a senior for Christ School, checking in. So just a reminder to those of you watching, Christ School will play 2 home games on Friday and Saturday. They'll play at 4:30 against Providence Day on Friday, and then 4 p.m. against Cannon School on Saturday. So 2 huge NCI SAA games. Going into those 2 games, if they're able to come out with 2 victories, they'll have just Ravenscroft left. If they're able to defeat Ravenscroft as well, certainly don't want to assume we're going to win 3 games there, but they could have the chance to once again host the playoffs here. Last 2 years, we've had the state championship game here on campus, which has just been an amazing experience. First game they won was it 18-2 over Charlotte Country Day?
I believe so.
And then it was last year, it was 18-9 over Providence Day. So love to have the opportunity here on graduation weekend for Christ School to try and go for the three-peat. But obviously a lot of lacrosse left to play, a lot of good lacrosse they're going to have to play in order to beat some of these state teams. So that's James Singq with the ball there. His brother Joey playing at Rawlins in Florida, one of the all-time leading goal scorers at at Christ School. Joey's senior season, not only did he have 7 goals in the state championship game, but he also had 70 for the season. So miss watching that guy play, but certainly still playing at the collegiate level. This is Tyler Haldeman, who'll do it all himself. Excuse me, I got excited to see Tyler making that move there with a great dodge, and he'll score. So Tyler's first goal of the season puts the Greenies up 17-2 with 10 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Tyler Haldeman with a great play there. Colin Schott will take the face-off. Good job there by Colin Schott. He's going to give it up to Hudson Ford. And a good game for Colin Schott. As we mentioned, he's from Greensboro. Good game for him to show what he's capable of. As a save there by Heddleman. He's got double-digit saves on the game. It's Hudson Ford making life difficult there. Jack DeBose trying to get the ride as well. Peralta stepping up. And that will go out of bounds. So just what you talked about there, Nathaniel, earlier in the game, Greenies doing a good job of forcing turnovers. That's Hudson Ford surveying the field. He's looking for Jack DeBose. Unfortunately, his stick got caught. Good hustle there from Logan Easler to try and get it back. Greenies need to match up here. And they do. That's Logan Easler matched up against number 3.
Coker Ford doing a great job of getting the ball on the ground.
Yeah, Greenie's going the other way here. That's Mikey Peralta. He's going to work to get the touch. He does. Good dodge there. Gets a touch for Christ School. So on offense now we have DeBose, Kelly, Ford, Zuckelhor, Peralta, and Logan Easler. Good job drawing the slide there. Keese already has one goal this game. Let's see if he'll get another, and that one will go just above the goal, but Greenies will keep possession. DeBose finds Peralta, guarded by Morrison. Good dodge here. He gets the slide. He'll score, and that should be a penalty. They're not going to.
They need to call it.
Yeah, they needed to call that one. Got hit well after the goal, but Peralta scores even with a stick in his chest. Huge goal there from Peralta to make it 18-2. Fancy footwork found him open, able to put it home. Greenies lead by 16.
And it's a face-off win for Colin Schott starting the break. Tried to keep it himself, it appears. Jack DeBose chasing the ground ball. Moves it up to Haldeman. Andrew King has re-entered the game for the Greenies, and so has Sean Dow. Nate Kelly with the ball at X. Ooh, great check by number 5.
Yeah, that's number 5 is Kun Hu Yoon for Asheville School. He's been great so far this game. Things are getting a little chippy here in the remaining time. 4:45 left. Yeah, they're going to call a penalty. You know,
they needed to. It appears that them not calling the penalty on the goal has shown that they're going to let things like that slide, which can't be happening.
Well, no, so they called a penalty. They're trying to give Christ School an opportunity to score, potentially remain man up after the goal. Let's see how long this penalty is. Call a 1 minute penalty. Always a dangerous penalty when you take a stick to someone's head. So it looks like Nate Kelly is okay. Man up for Christ School. So Asheville School really packing it in here. Good breakdancing move there from Hudson Ford to keep it alive. No one picks up Peralta. He'll shoot. That shot saved. Number 21, that's Harrison BA, and they're going to call a penalty there. They're going to call another penalty. I believe that's going to be 2 separate penalties, both on either 2 on William Dodenhoff. So we'll see what the call is here officially. All right, so those penalties were on number 21, Harrison BA, and Mikey Peralta. So those penalties will be locked in regardless of a goal potentially scored here. So in the game.
Ross Oakley with the ball, real leader in the Christ School community, one of the prefects of one of our dorms, Gardner House. He's shown a lot of dedication in coming from the football field to being able to play on this lacrosse team. Yeah,
he was part of the state championship team last year. He didn't get a lot of playing time last year, but for him, he just wanted to be a part of this program. So it's been certainly fantastic to have him out here. Obviously, committed a penalty earlier, but Ross, whether it be in the classroom or, like you mentioned, in the community or on the football field, he's been a great member of this team and certainly incredibly passionate for all Christ School sports. That's Nate Kelly joining Hudson Ford, DeBose, Sing-Q, Manning. So Sing-Q is going to take one-on-one chance here, try to draw the double, gives up to Coles Manning, who now has it at the top. So good defense there by Charlie Bednar. Greenies get it, or excuse me, the Blues get it over half. He gives it up to Osmain.
Theo Pearson on defense.
Doing a good job here, getting it on his hands, forcing him away from the goal.
Side check.
Multiple guys fighting for it here. They're going to give it to Asheville School to restart possession on the outside. We got 38 seconds remaining here.
A nice roll dodge in the goal for Asheville School as time runs down.
Yeah, that's Matthew Sweetenberg able to score, and a good job there. So final score will end up being 18-3. Christ School will come away with the victory, moving to 13-1 overall. As we mentioned before, we'll be bringing you Christ School Lacrosse on the broadcast network here on Friday at 4:30 and 4 o'clock against Cannon School on Saturday. Good game overall. Tell me a little bit about what you saw, Nathaniel, out there today that Christ School did well, and maybe one thing that they could work on for Friday.
Well, for me, the biggest thing was how well they hustled and rode on offense from the attack and the midfielders. And so this was able to really help them maintain possession on the offensive side. So in the few cases when they weren't able to get off a good shot, they were still able to work hard, stay with it, and be able to get the ball back for their team. And then on the defensive side, a lot of guys were communicating. Asheville School had a really high scoring percentage on the shots they took, which was difficult for the defense, but a lot of the time they weren't able to get to that point. So,
yeah, we saw a lot of beautiful dodges there from Asheville School. I think they only had about 4 or 5 shot opportunities throughout the game, but they did convert on 3 of them. So, something to maybe think about for the game on Friday and Saturday. As we mentioned, those are 2 huge games. Playing the team that we played here on this field back, in May of last year for the state championship. So that'll certainly be a big game. But nonetheless, Christ School able to come up with their 13th victory on the season, lucky number 13 to just 1 loss. They'll look for numbers 14 and 15 on the season this weekend. So for Bobby Long, along with Nathaniel Carson, I want to thank you guys for joining in today for this matchup, and we look forward to having you back on Friday.